All right, everyone, ready for a deep dive.
Let's do it.
Today, we're tackling a big one, how to absolutely crush that tobacco shop manager interview.
We're talking more than just, do you know how to work a cash register?
Exactly. This is about showcasing your passion, your knowledge, your leadership.
And with a little help from our AI friend, RoleCatcher.
We'll give you the tools to craft those perfect responses.
So you walk into that interview feeling confident and prepared.
So first things first,
Yeah.
what exactly does a tobacco shop manager do? Because it's more than meets the eye, right?
Oh, absolutely.
It's not just about selling cigarettes anymore.
Right. Think managing a team, inventory, finances,
Keeping up with regulation,
providing amazing customer service.
all in a fast-paced, demanding environment.
You've got to be on your toes for this one.
That's where those interview questions come in. And this is where RoleCatcher really shines.
It's all about tailoring your answers, showing them you understand this industry.
So let's jump right in with a classic. Tell me about yourself and what interests you about this tobacco shop manager position.
Seems simple enough, but
It's a trap. What are they really looking for here?
passion. They want to hear your story, your why.
Why tobacco? Why this role?
Why are you the perfect fit?
Don't just list off your resume, connect with them on a deeper level.
Exactly. Show them you're genuinely interested, that you've done your research.
Okay, next up. What are your strengths and weaknesses? Everyone's favorite. How do you answer honestly without, sabotaging yourself?
Honesty is key, but strategy is just as important.
Choose strengths that align with the role. Are you a natural leader? Organized, detail-oriented.
And for weaknesses, pick something you're actively working on. Show them you're self-aware and committed to growth.
So instead of I'm bad at delegating, it's more like,
I'm learning to delegate more effectively and recently completed a leadership course. See the difference.
totally. Okay, let's get into some of the more technical stuff. Inventory management, for example. How do you answer the dreaded, how would you manage inventory and ensure we're well stocked without overspending?
This is where you demonstrate your business savvy.
Show them you're not just stacking shelves, you're thinking about the bottom line.
Talk about your experience with inventory systems, your understanding of cost control.
And this is where RoleCatcher's AI can be a game changer. Imagine practicing your answer and getting feedback on whether you're hitting those key points.
It's like having a virtual mentor in your pocket.
Okay, next up, a big one in retail, customer service. Specifically, how would you handle a difficult customer interaction? We've all been there.
Absolutely. This is about showcasing your ability to stay calm under pressure, de-escalate a situation, and find a resolution that works for everyone.
Give a specific example. Don't just say, I'd be polite. Walk them through a time you turned a negative customer experience into a positive one.
Showing empathy is key. Let them know you understand that sometimes emotions run high.
Okay, shifting gears to compliance. In the tobacco industry, this is huge GE. How familiar are you with the laws and regulations surrounding tobacco sales in our state?
This isn't a question you can bluff your way through.
Do your research. Know the legal age limits, the ID requirements, the advertising restrictions.
And be prepared to discuss them confidently and accurately.
This is another area where RoleCatcher can be a lifesaver, right?
Absolutely. Imagine having a database of state-specific tobacco laws right at your fingertips while you're prepping.
No more last-minute Googling, hoping you've got it right.
Exactly. Okay, ready for one more before we move on?
Hit me.
This one's all about leadership. How would you describe your approach to managing a team?
This is your chance to shine.
Are you a mentor? A motivator?
Yeah.
Do you lead by example?
Be specific. Give them real-life examples of how you've built successful teams in the past.
And don't forget to tie it back to the unique demands of a tobacco shop. Mention training new hires on product knowledge, encouraging upselling.
Show them you understand the ins and outs of leading in this specific environment.
It's all about demonstrating that you're not just a manager, you're a leader.
Okay, folks, we've covered a lot of ground here, but we're just getting started. All right, back for more. Right. More of those tough interview questions. The ones that make or break you for the tobacco shop manager role.
Definitely, and I think this next one really gets to the heart of what they're looking for. That mix of business smarts and industry know-how. Ready for it?
Hit me.
How would you go about increasing sales and attracting new customers to the store?
Okay, so no pressure, right.
Right. It's not enough to just say, oh, I'll provide excellent customer service.
Which, by the way, you should be doing anyway.
Absolutely. But for this question, they want to see you think strategically.
Give them specifics.
Exactly. Like, have you researched the local market? Do you know the demographics? What about partnering with other businesses in the area?
Oh, that's a good one. Like a cross-promotion with a local coffee shop or something.
See, you get it. Those are the kinds of ideas that show you're already thinking like a manager. And speaking of which, imagine plugging those ideas into RoleCatcher.
Oh, yeah. See how they resonate with hiring managers who've actually been in that position?
Exactly. That kind of targeted feedback is invaluable. Okay, ready for a curveball?
Bring it on.
Tell me about a time you had to deal with a difficult employee. What was the situation and how did you resolve it?
Oh, boy. I bet everyone dreads this one.
It's a tough one, for sure, but it's also a chance to really shine.
How so?
Because it's about more than just telling a story. It's about demonstrating your leadership skills.
So how do you answer it effectively?
Choose a situation that highlights your ability to handle conflict professionally.
And follow the proper procedures, of course.
Absolutely. Whether it involved coaching, performance improvement plans, or even bringing in HR.
Don't just say, oh, I fired them.
Right. Show them the steps you took to try and resolve the issue fairly and effectively.
And what about the outcome?
That's key. Did the employee improve? Did the team dynamic get better? A positive resolution shows you can turn a challenging situation into a learning experience for everyone.
Okay, so we've tackled customer service, employee management. Now let's talk marketing. Even in a specialized field like tobacco, you've got to get the word out.
Definitely. And with all the regulations around tobacco advertising, it can be tricky.
Right, so how would you answer this one? How would you utilize social media to promote our store while complying with all advertising regulations?
This is where you show them you're ahead of the curve. Meaning, you're not just going to post pictures of cigarettes on Instagram.
Right, that's a big no-no.
Exactly. Think about content that educates and engages your target audience.
Like what? Give me some examples.
Sure. How about articles on different types of tobacco? Or responsible usage tips? Maybe even highlighting the history or craftsmanship behind certain products.
Oh, I like that. It's informative, it's interesting, and it positions you as a resource, not just a salesperson.
Exactly. And again, this is an area where RoleCatcher can provide some really valuable insights.
Oh, yeah. Seeing what's worked for other tobacco businesses on social media, that's gold.
Okay, ready for another one?
Always.
This one's a bit more big picture. What do you see as the biggest challenges facing the tobacco industry today?
Okay, so they want to see you understand the industry as a whole.
Right, and that you're not afraid to tackle the tough questions.
So it's not all sunshine and roses in tobacco land.
Well, there are definitely some challenges.
Like what?
While the declining rates of smoking, for one, that's a big one.
Okay, so how do you address that in an interview without sounding like the industry's doomed?
By acknowledging the challenge, but then pivoting to solutions.
Give me an example.
Sure, you could talk about the growing popularity of premium cigars or the increasing demand for high-end smoking accessories. Or you could talk about the importance of building a loyal customer base through exceptional service and a deep understanding of their needs.
So it's about turning a potential negative into a positive.
Exactly. And showing them that you're not just aware of the challenges, you're already thinking about ways to overcome them.
Okay, before we move on to the last few questions, I want to touch on something from the career guide we've been referencing. It mentions that a lot of tobacco shop managers, they don't start at the top. They work their way up.
Absolutely. That's a great point.
So even if you're interviewing for your first management role, don't be afraid to talk about your willingness to learn and grow within the company.
Exactly. Those early years are crucial for building product knowledge, understanding customer needs.
Learning the ins and outs of the business from the ground up, you can't fake that kind of experience.
Exactly. All right. Are you ready for a few more curveball questions before we wrap up part 2?
Bring them on. I'm ready for anything.
All right. Back for the final round of our Tobacco Shop Manager Interview Deep Dive. Ready to tackle some of those curveball questions? You know, the ones they throw at you to see if you can think on your feet? Exactly, because it's not always about having the perfect answer. It's about showing them how you think, how you handle the unexpected. You got this.
Okay, so here's one that often throws people off. If you could be any type of tobacco product, what would you be and why?
Oh, I love this question. It's so fun.
Right. But also kind of terrifying. Like, what are they even looking for here?
Personality. They want to see if you can think creatively, if you can have a little fun within the context of the industry.
Okay, so no wrong answers, but maybe avoid saying a carton of cigarettes just because it's the first thing that comes to mind.
probably a good idea. Think about the qualities of different tobacco products and how those align with your strengths.
So if you're all about efficiency and getting things done, maybe you say,
A well-crafted cigarette, known for its directness and impact.
ooh, I like that. Or if you're more about the finer things, the art of conversation.
You could say a fine pipe tobacco, valued for its subtle flavors and ability to bring people together.
See, this is fun. Okay, let's shift gears a bit and talk about your career aspirations. This is a common one. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
This is where they're gauging your ambition, your long-term vision.
So no pressure to have it all figured out, but it's good to have an answer, right?
Definitely. And be specific to the role and the industry.
So instead of, oh, I want to be a millionaire living on a beach,
Mm-hmm.
maybe something more like,
I'm excited about the potential for growth within this company. I'm eager to take on more responsibility, maybe even manage a larger store or explore a regional management role down the line.
exactly. It shows you're invested in a career, not just a job.
And that you see yourself growing with their company.
Now, speaking of growth, the career guide we've been using emphasizes the importance of ongoing professional development for tobacco shop managers. Any advice on how to address that in an interview?
Absolutely. This is a chance to shine.
How so?
Show them you're proactive. Mention industry publications you follow, online courses you've taken, even your interest in attending trade shows.
It demonstrates your commitment to staying ahead of the curve.
Exactly. It shows you're invested in your own growth, which ultimately benefits them.
Love it. Okay, almost done here. Let's talk about the end of the interview when they ask, do you have any questions for us?
This is your time to shine.
So not just a quick, nope, I think I'm good.
No way! This is your chance to show them you've been paying attention, that you're genuinely interested in the role and the company.
So what are some good questions to have up your sleeve?
Ask about the company culture, their vision for the future, any specific challenges or opportunities within the role.
It shows you're thinking beyond the basics.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to ask about things like work-life balance or opportunities for professional development. It shows you're thinking long-term.
Okay, any other final tips for ending the interview on a strong note?
Just be yourself, be enthusiastic, and reiterate your interest in the position, and thank them for their time.
Always. All right, folks, we've covered a ton of ground in this deep dive, from understanding the ins and outs of being a tobacco shop manager to absolutely crushing those interview questions.
And let's not forget the power of RoleCatcher.
Yes, using that AI to get personalized feedback on your answers. Game changer.
It's like having a secret weapon in your back pocket.
Totally. But even with the best prep, the most important thing you can bring to any interview is
Confidence.
confidence in yourself, in your skills, and in your ability to rock this role.
You got this.
And hey, if you land that dream job, let us know. We'd love to celebrate your successes. Until next time.